She was the first American woman to earn the Olympic medal in judo, gold medal at the 2007 Pan American Games. She was a former UFC bantamweight champion as well as last Strikeforce Women's bantamweight champion. She's won 12 consecutive MMA fights, 6 in the Ultimate Fighting Championship of the UFC. She won 11 of those fights in the first round, 9 of them by armbar. ESPN poll selected Ronda as the best female athlete ever. Not only decorated as a judoka, but also inducted into so many other Hall of Fames, as was her mother, into the Judo Hall of Fame in 1984. She trained with her mother when she was until she was 13 years old, after accidentally breaking her mother's arm. Her mother's wrist, I'm sorry, just the wrist, not the whole arm. But she would sort of pay back because she'd always get woken up by her mom with an arm bar in the mornings for submission holds. That's the way they would wake up. November 2012, the UFC announced that Ronda would join the UFC, the first female fighter ever to join the UFC and sign with them. She won her first fight by knockout in just 16 seconds into the first round, and another one with an armbar in 14 seconds, the shortest match in UFC championship history. In October 2015, Ronda became the first female athlete to guest host ESPN SportsCenter. She was on the cover of Ring magazine, first ever. She became the first mixed martial arts person, female, to ever appear on the cover of a boxing magazine. And of course, we're well familiar with her roles in The Expendables 3, Fast and Furious, Entourage. She just recently signed with the WWE. She's just getting started. This girl has got one career ahead of her. Let's give it up for Ronda Rousey.
You know, I had no idea what I was going to talk about even this morning, and I was thinking about, hold on, I got to take this off. This is heavy. And I was thinking about all the different things that people talk about, like courage, perseverance, and all these other things. And I was thinking that people so often try to give advice on how to become a success, but no one ever talks about how to be a success. And I was thinking about a lot of what my mom, of course, is my moral barometer, and she always would just simply say, just do the right thing. And it sounds so simple, but when you're in the process of trying to become success, your decisions are a lot easier. They're made for you. They're made for you by necessity. I have to do this, I have to do that, I have to do that. And when you become a success, you suddenly have your options available to you, and you can make choices that are not made for you because of what you have to do. And there's going to be times when you're going to be faced with a decision of, you know, you could do the right thing, or you could do what makes you look good. A lot of times, doing the right thing and what makes you look good is the same thing. But at some point, it's going to be different. And at some point, you're going to run into a situation where you can choose between doing the right thing or doing what makes you the most money. And a lot of times, doing the right thing can make you a lot of money, but sometimes it's going to be different. And you have to think about, what kind of a success do you want to be? Do you want to have as many people like you as possible and make as much money as possible, or do you always want to do the right thing? And I know I'd probably have a lot more money and be a lot more liked if I didn't always choose to do the right thing. But no matter how many likes you can get on Instagram or how many zeros are in your bank account, they can't buy you a good night's sleep. And so to all of these people here who are already great successes, you don't need advice from me on how to become successful. My advice to you on how to be a success is every single time that you're faced with those difficult decisions, do the right thing.